6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Salman Tahir Siddiqui. First, the headlines. Federal Cabinet has approved budget proposals for the next fiscal year 2025-26. Prime Minister, addressing Cabinet meeting in Islamabad today, expressed firm commitment to take the country forward on path of economic growth. Information Minister says federal budget will be exceptional. Pakistan's diplomatic mission in London has highlighted violation of international law by India to hold Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed deep concern over unprecedented militarization of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Israeli forces martyred 25 more Palestinians in besieged Gaza today. And now the news in detail. Federal Cabinet, at its meeting chaired by Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Islamabad today, approved the budgetary proposals for the next fiscal year. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has expressed the firm commitment to take the country forward on the path of economic growth. He was speaking at the Federal Cabinet meeting in Islamabad today to review the budgetary proposals for the next fiscal year. The Prime Minister expressed satisfaction over the economic indicators, saying exports, including that of IT, have witnessed growth while there has been a quantum jump in remittances. The Prime Minister appreciated the efforts put in by the Finance Ministry as well as other relevant ministries in the formulation of the budget. He also acknowledged the burden of taxes borne by the salaried class. The Prime Minister mentioned that Pakistan delivered defeat to India in the conventional war, emphasizing that there is a need to collectively move forward on the economic front as well. Shehbaz Sharif also made it clear that India will not be allowed to obstruct the flow of water to Pakistan. He also expressed solidarity with the people of Jammu and Kashmir and Palestine. He said the international community should use its influence for ceasefire in Gaza. The National Assembly started its session at the Parliament House in Islamabad today with Speaker Sardar Ayaz Sadiq in the chair. Finance Minister Muhammad Aurangzeb is presenting the federal budget in the National Assembly. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Ataullah Tarar says the budget for the next fiscal year will be exceptional, as Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has emphasized providing relief to the people. Talking to the media in Islamabad today, he commended the opposition for its role during the recent Indian aggression against Pakistan. However, he expressed disappointment over the opposition's news conference yesterday. The minister criticized the opposition for lacking know-how about economic data to substantiate its arguments against the government, claiming that it was merely searching for lame excuses. He suggested that the opposition should have been better prepared to discuss the budget. Pakistan's diplomatic mission, led by Chairman PPP Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, briefed the all-party parliamentary group on Indian aggression and violations of Pakistan's sovereignty in London today. The meeting, hosted by the APPG on Pakistan chair Yasmin Qureshi MP at Westminster Palace, was attended by the cross-party British parliamentarians. Bilawal Bhutto highlighted that violation of Pakistan's sovereignty and unilateral holding in abeyance of the Indus Waters Treaty is blatant violation of international law, can have dangerous consequences for the regional and international peace and security. Minister for Climate Change Musaddiq Malik apprised the parliamentarians of the environmental hazards of holding the Indus Waters Treaty in abeyance by India, threats to food security and survival of 240 million population of Pakistan, primarily an agrarian economy. The delegation underscored Pakistan's commitment to restraint, a revival of Indus Waters Treaty and initiation of composite dialogue between the two countries on all outstanding issues, particularly the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. The Pakistan delegation also met with the Speaker House of Commons, Sir Lindsley Hoyle, in London today. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari apprised the Speaker of the deteriorating regional security situation following the Pahalgam incident. He conveyed Pakistan's grave concern over India's baseless and unfounded accusations against Pakistan made in the absence of any credible investigation. The Speaker, House of Commons, reaffirmed the long-standing and cordial relations between Pakistan and the UK spanning decades. He appreciated the wide-ranging contributions of the Pakistani diaspora to the British society. This is Radio Pakistan. Railways Minister Hanif Abbasi has said that substantial steps are being taken to modernize railway and infrastructure and facilities. Addressing a news conference in Bulletin today, he said number of passenger trains would be increased to meet expectations of the public. He said around 200 carriages are currently under preparation and are expected to be finalized by 2027. The minister emphasized that the railways is a strategic asset that cannot be outsourced and must be developed to meet all requirements. Minister for Religious Affairs Sardar Muhammad Yusuf has termed this year's Hajj as an exemplary success in terms of arrangements and facilitation to Hajj. Addressing a post-Hajj news conference in Makkah today, he said he congratulated all Hujjaj on successfully completing their sacred journey. The minister reiterated the government's commitment to ensure timely and improved arrangements for the next year in line with guidelines issued by Saudi authorities. The All Parties Hurriyat Conference has expressed deep concern over the unprecedented militarization of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, calling it a vast open-air prison. In a statement issued in Srinagar, APHC spokesman Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas said the relentless presence of Indian troops has transformed civilian life into a constant fear, with every street, lane and neighborhood placed under surveillance. He noted that India has nearly 1 million troops deployed in the territory, placing 1 soldier for every 7 civilians, a world record ratio. Advocate Minhas called on the international community, including the UN and human rights organizations, to hold India accountable for systematic militarization, demographic engineering in the territory. Indian media's reputation has increased serious damage globally due to spread of fake news and disinformation. According to Arab Times, online journalistic standards in India are declining with the rise of supremacist behavior and negative propaganda to mislead the public and spread lies and sensationalism. Arab Times Online said that during India-Pakistan tensions, Indian channels broadcast fake news about military victories using fake footages and video games. It also mentioned that freedom of the press in India is in danger as the Indian media is suppressing voices that challenge the extremist narrative. Global observers and local journalists have expressed concern and view Indian media as a potential threat to democracy. Israeli forces in their incessant strikes martyred 25 more Palestinians and besieged Gaza today. 17 Palestinians were martyred and dozens of others injured in attacks in central Gaza when they were gathered at an aid distribution site of a US-backed humanitarian group. 8 more Palestinians were martyred in another Israeli strike on a house in Deir al-Balah in central Gaza. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very hot in plain areas during the next 12 hours. However, partly cloudy weather with rain thunderstorms may occur at isolated places in Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.